Hey guys, it's Zane, and today I'm going to show you one of my oldest existing builds to date, this custom LEGO semi with side dump trailer. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with the semi. Now this model has been reworked a few times, but hasn't seen an overhaul in the last several months. And it does show, but thankfully not enough to make the truck bad. It just ends up being average. It gets the job done, but it does nothing special while doing it. Now getting in close and personal with the front end of the truck, one can say that this front end is based off the design that LEGO developed and used in the city line starting around 2011. However, I did add some bumper mounted fog lights and some external air filters, but beyond that, it's basically just a copy of them. Now moving on to the rear of the semi, things get a bit more custom. There's mounting for a couple traffic barricades and a chain rack on the rear. The chain rack exists as when I built it, it was also pulling double duty as a semi for an equipment transport trailer. The last thing of note on the rear of the semi is the droppable axle. As one would expect from one of my builds, it is fully functional, but I can say I've found a better method to imitate the tires of the truck, so I personally don't suggest this particular method. This kind of trailer presents an interesting building challenge. How to create a hinge that works, but they can also have the two parts of the hinge separate. That's what allows the trailer to tip to either side. I found that an old 1x1 modified tile with a clip on top, paired with the fork end of a click hinge, provides the perfect match. It can pivot, but has little to no clutch power to stay together, which allows it to separate. Now I'm very happy with the solution to the hinge problem, but my current solution to simulating hydraulic rams to lift the bed could be better. But at the time, it's what I came up with, and it does the job. It has enough friction to hold the bed with a load on the angle, but it's not too strong to be unmanageable. It does have the side effect that if enough force is applied to the wrong places, it kind of can just float above the hinges, and not in a good way. In the next generation, I'd like to see if I can figure out how to fix this really weird problem. Now one area of the trailer that needs a lot more engineering is the frame. It just needs in general a facelift and more details in the design. But the biggest thing is the droppable axles. Now, the rear axle's okay, but as it's identical to the one on the semi, but the one in the middle is a huge issue, as it needs to be able to steer, or the truck will not be able to roll if the axle is lowered, if it drags, it will tear off. What you see here is a prototype version that will follow the direction of the trailer, but it will still drag and is very prone to falling off. In its current state, it is even weaker than the one before it. You can see it's actually being kind of finicky, but there's only two studs holding it on, so it's pretty weak. I'm not going to spend much time on the rear of the trailer as there's nothing special here. There's a hitch that would allow for a secondary trailer, but I never actually got around to building one. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. As always, don't forget to post thoughts in the comments below, like the video, and if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Until next time, happy building!